Good afternoon, kids. I am back to record this second part of the fork for intermediate level. So let's see what do we have here. We have again the queen and the knight. Those are the two pieces you'll need for a fork. So let's see if you can figure it out. White to play, and it's a fork. Okay, I hope I'm giving you enough time. The first move, queen f6. Right, we remove the knight, and then we play knight d5, fork, and the outcome is you are going to win the queen, right? Now you ended up with a piece up. That's good enough to win the game. Let's see this one. Here you have a knight in a great position, knight in the center of the board, and we also have this rook on open file, so we can combine those two pieces and make a fork. Okay, correct move, rook h7, and then you take knight f6. Right? Next move, knight d5. So that's a fork. Let's see the next one. Okay, this one is a little bit more advanced, but you can figure it out. Look, the most important is that you see those two knights here. The knights are very powerful because they are on the white side of the board. Then there is here an attack on the bishop, right? The pin. So what do you think? What is the move here? Those three pieces can create a combination. Okay, let me show you the move and then you calculate with me. The first move is knight h3, check. Now what are the options for white? Capturing the knight, or king can go to h1. If king goes to h1, then rook takes f1, checkmate. If the pawn takes on h3, then we play knight f3 check. King goes to f2, we take knight d2, and you ended up with the exchange up. But at the same time, you are taking bishop and the knight, so you are going to win even another piece. So let's see that. Right, now we play knight f3, and we take, and now look, we are taking bishop and the knight, and we are going to win one more piece, right, by playing this move. That's it. Let's go to the next one. Here again, there are some issues with the back rank. Of course, you have to look at this great power here that you have with the queen and the rook, the knight in the center of the board. So the first move here is rook b7, and then you play queen c8, and that's a fork, right? You take key on b7, and the outcome of the combination is that you ended up with a knight up. Okay, next one. Now here, there are clearly some problems with the back rank and the king. Right? The king is open. Pay attention how white pushed f3 and h3, and that really creates problems for a white king. Now, we can win this game in two moves. Okay, so first move is rook d3. And now you play queen b1, and look, king is attacked, check, and the next move is queen d3. And you win the game. Let's see the next one. Here we have knight on d4 in an excellent position, right? It is on the other side of the board, right? In the white side of the board. And it creates the problems for the white king. So the last move was rook b1. A rook is attacking the queen. Now, we can play a move with a black and win the game. And that move is queen c3. And now we have a fork. So let's see the next one. Here, again, pay attention to the knight. The knight is very important because the knight is in the black side of the board, and definitely the black king is not safe here, right? So how do we create a fork in this position? We play rook d7, and then we play knight e5. Now, not only that we're gonna get the queen, but because you have this move, queen g7, you are taking both pawns, and this pawn here can become a queen. So that's how you win the game. Okay, here we have a great position. Look at this, rook on c6, um, and rook on b5, and knight on c3, and this important pawn on d5. This is a clear domination in the center. White has a better position in the center. And we can create a fork because this pawn can move forward. This pawn is in a great position. So first we take on c5, and then we push the pawn. So now we have a fork, right? And then, of course, the next move you have to take with a rook, and you ended up with a piece up. Okay, let's see the fork here. Now, it looks like the white king is really not safe here because those two pawns are pushed, and we can create a fork here. So the first move is queen e3, and then we play knight g4 check, and then we take on e3. All right, let's see the next one. Here we have a knight and a queen, right? Also white has a knight and a queen. So because this position of the king here, we are allowed to play a move like queen f5. And if queen takes, we play knight d4 check, and then we take on f5. Now, we could go back and see, like, if you play queen f5, and now instead of taking our queen, white can take our knight on c6. But then we have a move e3 with a check, and then we can take e takes f2 pawn and promote into the queen. So that's the idea, right? Yeah, here we have to play knight e4. Okay, let's see this one. This is an example of king making a fork, right? So how can we make a fork with a king here? Look, our king is in check with a knight. So if you take on f6, and king takes on f6, we can play king d5, attack both rook and the bishop. And now when you take a bishop, the outcome of the game is that you have two pieces against the rook, and you are going to take this pawn on c5 with a knight and probably promote the c pawn. So this is a winning position for white. Let's see this one. Here, again, the fork here is easy, but pay attention to the pieces. Look at the knight. Knight is again on the right side of the board and very useful in creating attack and a fork. Look at this. You play this move. What is the outcome of this game? Look here, we just got a pawn, but 4 pawns against 3 pawns can win the game. So that's good enough. Let's see this one. Now, here the white pieces are a little bit overloaded. So there is, look, there is this bishop on f5 that is quite dangerous, right? The queen is here, the king is opened, right? So also this idea of rook going down to d2 attacking is possible. Bishop sometimes can go to c5 and attack, right? So the way we make a fork here is by playing bishop to e4. Now we are making a pin, right? So we want to take that piece, but if the rook takes, then we have this fork, right? Or double attack. We are attacking the king and we are attacking the rook. And we take, and that's it. Okay. Now here we have to calculate a little bit. We could win the rook, but not by playing bishop e4, right? If you play bishop e4, then you probably cannot win this game anymore. Okay, I'm wondering if you found a move like this. Queen c8, king has to go to h7, and then you take on f5 with a check. See, we're playing a check, and we are taking the rook on e4, right? So now we can take and just trade everything. And the outcome of the combination is you ended up with a bishop up and a pawn up. Okay, here we have, again, pay attention to the knight in the black side of the board, right? They always can create troubles. So how do we play a fork here and win? We can play queen d8. King has to take. Then we play knight f7, check, and we take the queen. Now, the outcome of the combination is we are piece up. Okay, let's see this one. Again, the knight. The knight is such a great piece, tricky piece. So we can play first this move, pin the queen, right? So we are about to capture the queen. Now, if the queen takes, we play a fork. King is attacked, and then we take the queen. Okay, let's go to the next one. What do we have here? Okay, those are kind of tricky moves, and if you learn to find them, then you're really becoming a good chess player, right? You should be able to see those moves quickly, and then during the tournament game, it would help you a lot. So this is correct move. Check. You are giving your rook for free. Then you play knight g3 check and knight to e2. Let's see 34. What do we have here? We have, again, this knight on e4. We have a queen here. We have a rook. So we need to find a fork. Okay, so here what we can do is we can play a move like this. Now, there is no fork right away after this move, right? The fork is happening now because we are threatening the king and the queen, but I will have to come back to explain you a little bit more this position. So now it's okay, right? Let's see one more time. This move, rook d2, yeah, it's not easy to find this move. The idea is I cannot put a piece down there and analyze because the computer moves right away. But you see, I'm sure you can follow me. The idea is to play with this queen to c2 checkmate, right? You basically play queen c2, and then you could play queen b2 checkmate or queen c1 checkmate. So that's the idea. You want to play queen c2. Now, what happens if the queen takes the knight? Then you would play rook d1 checkmate. So that's the point of this move. Now, this is a tricky move. Difficult to find the moves like this, but then again, if you practice those puzzles, yeah, it's going to happen for you. Yeah, here, knight d2. The computer gives only one option. See, that's with the lead chess, like only one option, and it's not going to analyze any other positions. We had this position. I'm not sure why this position is repeated again. But yeah, here it's easy. We play rook c8, and then knight e7. So this is how we win the fork. And I think this is probably the last puzzle that we have here. Now we have a bishop and we have a rook here. And the way we win this game is by playing a bishop d5. Now pay attention what's happening here. We are taking the rook, and rook may capture that pawn, but then we have this move, check, and then we take on e5. And that was a fork, right? Rook e6. And then we take, and yeah, you should be able to win this game because you are bishop up. Okay, kids, we finished our second part of the fork intermediate. I would suggest go back, do the lead chess exercise like we did it here. In the first part, I did not do octopus because I just wanted to explain you a little bit the fork so that I can move the pieces and play with them around. But here I did the octopus, and that's what you're gonna get in your account, only the octopus, right? So those are definitely not easy fork positions, but again, if you practice them, look, even if you start getting the red light, it's okay. You can go back to the video and see what are the right moves, or you can try several times and make the right moves. Okay, I hope you enjoyed the lesson, and we'll see each other soon in other lessons. Bye bye, kids.